The two players are not going to be involved in the game on Saturday, and it was a coach's decision. It was my decision. It didn't stem from any conversation or argument between myself and the two players, and it's a done issue. We are moving forward. Both players understand. I'm not upset. We had a good practice today. Raúl, if he wants to play that spirited to show me that he can still score, I love it. Raúl's our leading all-time goal scorer of the club. He's still got a lot of value left this season. He's going to make the most of it. Nouhou we've watched him grow up, and he's a great kid, and he's maturing into an adult, and he's going to help us win a lot more games this season, and he's going to be here. And that's the statement.
Can that be said, though, that you had a great practice because they're not here?
No, the team, even in the losing streak, Jada, not the losing streak, even in the slow start, I think this group has been pretty good. I mean, you've watched them out here enough. I mean, look, even when Raúl wasn't starting or Leo Chu or whatever, the guys they've all put it in. And it's been a pretty resilient group based on, some of the adversity they've already had to face.
But there's sources that actually say that. So, I mean, where is the argument, things like that, coming from then if there was no problem?
I am the source because it's my decision.
The sources that there was an argument.
Well, that is a topic that, you guys can get your sources from. But what I'm telling you is that this is an internal matter that's been on the coast.
Well, is it fair to call it disciplinary or
No.
Is there any rules related that you don't call it that?
It's my
because
decision.
it can be litigated?
No, it's my decision.
So they'll come back next week for training, or what's the actual
Well, they will be here in the building. They'll be working out with the trainers and having field sessions because we need to keep them fit and ready to go. And they will rejoin the team on Sunday morning when we have our regen and training after the Chicago match.
So they'll do drug testing and stuff?
Yes, absolutely. Well, they have to. They can't miss that.
With Nouhou, this is I don't know if it's fair to call it a pattern, but he missed the trainings. You held him out of a game earlier this year because he missed a film session.
Got stuck in traffic, yes.
And he's had a couple other kind of things like this where there's been, I don't know if they're technically disciplinary actions or what, but where he's kind of run afoul of team rules or whatnot. How much of a concern is this as a pattern?
This is what I would tell you about Nouhou. He is an emotional kid. You guys watch him. He plays with his emotion on his sleeve, and that can be a blessing because he's played many good games when he's fired up and he does his run and he tracks down attackers and he does all that. But sometimes he can maybe make better decisions. But this one, I'm okay with this one. It's just, we had a nice conversation. It's over. We're moving forward. There's not going to be any future disciplinary stuff with Nouhou. He's a great kid. I love having him on the team.
With Raúl, you've had, him, you've been successful with him coming in off the bench. Does that change at all or solidify because of the success that you've been able to have with him coming in?
We'll need him. We've got a stretch, and correct me if I'm like 6 games in 22 days or some horrendous scheduling like that. The Open Cup, game, Sacramento, maybe another one. So we're going to need Raúl. We're going to need everybody. We're going to need Masowski. We're going to need Teva. We're going to need Josh. We're going to need Nathan. We're going to need everybody. So they're all going to buy in and help their teammates win games.
when you first came into the scene and we started covering you as a main head coach, you had this label of a player's coach, and you even just last week you kind of mentioned you like to figure out how to motivate certain players. It seems like over the last 2 years there has been maybe more issues with certain players here and there. Has anything changed within the way that you approach coaching, or what's happened over the last 2 years where maybe that's emerged a little more?
reflect on your question. Not sure if I totally agree that I've changed anything drastic, but maybe there's a storyline out there that I've grumpier old man. I don't know. But you know, I don't know if I have an answer for that, Nico. But I'll think about it. It's a fair question.
It's the Pedro. How is he progressing? And then obviously Alex will be available. But
Well, you saw him, and you noticed a smile on my face. Pedro looks really good. He looks really good.
so he continues this. And then next week he could possibly doing it.
Jada, I announced on KJR that he was going to be involved in the game on Saturday. No. So I'm just making sure everybody's aware of it. So he will be involved, and I'm very happy about that.
Chicago, what did they present? What type of challenges?
Dangerous team. Because Shaqiri went to, bigger and better things, and all of a sudden they play with a little more energy, and, they've gotten some results, and, it's a good team. It's a dangerous team.
Anything else?
No other injuries.
Thanks a lot.
Nope, no other injuries are getting better. Okay, thanks everybody.